Hello, it's Tommy Newberry. Welcome back to Achieving Optimal. In this episode, I want to get back to the basics. I want to focus on a fundamental that really drives your entire thought process, and that's the fundamental of positive mental nutrition. In fact, if you're not aware of positive mental nutrition, it can really drain you of energy and motivation, and you won't really know what's happening. Think about this. To achieve a healthy body, you've got to have the right quantity and variety of nutrient-dense foods. You've got to drink the right amount of water. You've got to work out, sleep, take high-quality supplements. Things you wouldn't do is if you decided you wanted to be healthy, you wouldn't skip your sleep, stop working out, eat unhealthy, greasy foods, have lots of high-sugar foods. You wouldn't do that. And that's a healthy body, and a healthy body is important. Well, think about what you would do if you wanted to lose weight. You decide in advance, here are the foods I'm going to eat, here are the foods I'm not going to eat. You'd have that physical diet. Maybe you're low carb, maybe it's low fat, whatever it is, certainly it's low calorie. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, a diet is simply about deciding in advance, making decisions in advance for what you're going to consume and what you're not. Now, for your mindset, how do you develop a positive mindset? Well, you consume positive mental nutrition. To upgrade your mindset, decide in advance what you're going to feed yourself mentally. One of the things that I found in working with clients over the years and getting healthy and fit is they've got to stock their fridge and the cupboards with healthy food choices and healthy drink choices. If they really are committed to getting lean, losing weight, being as healthy as they possibly can, and they are clear on what they should eat and what they shouldn't eat, yet their cupboards and their fridge stays stocked with unhealthy foods and drinks and things that move them away from their goal, that tends to win out because it's convenient and it forces an extra degree of discipline in order to stick to your diet when you're in the presence of things that pull you away from your diet. Well, the same exact thing is true with your mental diet. You want to prep your environment. You have a kind of a mental fridge and a mental cupboard, and you want only things that make you healthier and more joyful around you and in your surroundings, the things that you read, watch, and listen to. This is a good principle to remember. A healthy mind produces joy like a healthy body produces energy. And so if you don't have joy, then that should tell you something. That should remind you that you must be putting something into your mind that is causing you to focus on what's missing or what's deficient or what's broken or your disappointments and dissatisfactions. If you're low on energy, then it's probably because you're eating the wrong things or too much in general, or because you're not drinking the right things, you're not getting enough sleep. So there's a very interesting parallel with positive mental nutrition and also healthy physical nutrition, the standard typical diet. Now, feeding yourself mentally with highly nutritious thoughts and images and ideas is pretty simple. It's easy too. It's easier really than your physical diet, I think. And if you will just commit to 15 minutes a day of making sure that you consume positive mental nutrition, it can transform your mindset. And if you transform your mindset, you transform your habits. That almost always follows. And if you transform your habits, then pretty soon you start to reap different things in your life, bear different fruit, get better results. Think about this. I sometimes call this the 15-minute miracle. Let's do some math here. 15 minutes every day for a week ends up being 1 hour and 45 minutes. So what if you took 15 minutes that is now being used for something else and filled your mind with something that was inspiring, motivational, educational, informative, maybe you have to get up 15 minutes earlier to do this. Maybe you have to stay up 15 minutes later to do it. Or maybe you have to cut 15 minutes out of your lunch break. Or maybe there's something you're doing that is not very productive, and you can simply swap what you were doing in that 15-minute segment with something highly mentally nutritious. So in 7 days, it's an hour and 45 minutes. That's crazy. In 30 days, it's 7.5 hours. And 90 days, so in a whole quarter of just redesigning how you use 15 minutes, it comes out to 22.5 hours. And then get this, if you changed 15 minutes of your daily routine, if you upgraded 15 minutes of your daily routine and use that 15 minutes to feed yourself positive mental nutrition, and if you did that for a whole year, it'd be 90 hours. 90 hours. You could think of that as like 2 45-hour work weeks that you have filled your mind with good stuff, with mental nutrition. Now, I think 15 minutes can transform your whole life. But let's just take it to the next level, because some of you will email me, you'll be asking me, why did you just settle on 15 minutes? Well, I wanted to show you how such a little improvement, a little increment can make such a big difference. But let's up the standard a little bit. Let's raise the challenge. What if it was 60 minutes? So 60 minutes in a week is obviously 7 hours. 60 minutes a day, 7 days, 7 hours. When you get down to a 90-day period, you've got 90 hours. In a year, get this, a year, 60 minutes for a year is 15 24-hour days. 15 24-hour days. So if you just change an hour of your current routine, it'll change everything. Here's another way of looking at it. 15 or 60 minutes a day for a whole year adds up to 46 8-hour days. 46 8-hour days. That's like a month and a half of work for most people. Maybe that's more than a month and a half of work for most people. 46 8-hour days. If you read, for example, for 60 minutes and you previously were not reading, so you took maybe 30 minutes away from some TV watching, 15 minutes away from fiddling around, wasting your time, and then 15 minutes off of your lunch break, and then all added up to an hour, and instead of using your time for those activities, you read something meaningful, something uplifting. Maybe it's a book on your financial life. Maybe it's a spiritual book. Maybe it's a book that you're reading or listening to that can inspire you or equip you to be a better husband or wife. It's very, very powerful when you realize you can make a little effort every single day. So we know that it's very important to guard your heart, which means to guard your mind, because whatever goes in you comes out of you. In fact, if it comes out, it at some point was put in. So that's why it's very important to not let into your system, your heart, your soul, your spirit. You don't want to pollute that with inputs, with exposures that move you away from the person that you're capable of becoming, and that maybe shrink your ambition or discourage you or make you focus on the negative aspects in your household or in your business or in your world or in the world. And so it's really important to be strategic. That's my main message is you can be running low on energy, low on motivation, but you can have really good intentions. And often the reason that you're not feeling 1,000%, that you're not as ambitious or as motivated as you'd like to be or as excited about the future is because you're feeding yourself the wrong mental diet. So remember, you are a sponge, I am a sponge. We're constantly soaking up everything that's around us, and everything counts. I'm not saying you have to be obsessive, but it might not be that bad of an idea. So we're talking about the things that you read, that you watch, that you listen to, surfing on your laptop or on your phone, conversing, conversations with other people, all of that forms your thought process. All of that shapes and molds your mindset, which means it shapes and molds your outlook on life, the habits that you engage in, the activities that you take, and then ultimately the results that you get. So let's go back to that 15 minutes. So let's just say, as a result of this episode and my challenge, you're going to take that 15-minute challenge, you're going to turn it into a 15-minute miracle for you by employing it at one point during the day. So if you could just have one time of day where you change that 15 minutes, I would make it the morning. There's two critical times. It would be the first 15 minutes in the morning and the first 15 minutes or the final 15 minutes rather before you go to bed at night. The first 15 and the final 15. Pick one or the other or do both. One or the other or do both. And during that 15-minute stretch, inspire yourself. Read the Bible, read an inspirational book, read something that will elevate your relationships or help you be a more thoughtful parent. Read something that will allow you to serve others better. Read something that will remind you of your blessings, that will help you bring out the best in yourself. Read something that will help you to be a better leader. So if that's first thing in the morning, last thing at night. Other opportunities that we all have to some degree almost every day is in the car while you're commuting, or on the train while you're commuting, while you're exercising, or the first 15 minutes of exercising, while you're doing chores or cleaning up around the house or organizing, while you're dressing, while you're showering. I have a lot of clients that while they're showering, they've got speakers and they're listening to Audible, they're listening to books on tape, they're listening to podcasts. Anytime you're doing a mindless task, instead of just letting your mind roam free, fill it with positive mental nutrition. It's very, very easy, and it will make a great difference in your life. So then the last thing that I want to emphasize to you is that I want you to know where you are in this area. It's real easy to think when you hear me talking and coaching you through this adjustment that I hope you'll make, it's real easy for you to think that you're doing pretty good in this area. And well, first of all, I don't want you to do pretty good. I want you to do excellent. And I want you to get better and better at it. But secondly, I want you to be sure that you are as strong and as consistent with your mental diet. I want you to know what you're consuming, because maybe you're consuming enough positive mental nutrition, maybe you're not. How do we know? Well, in light of your goals, are you consuming the right quality and quantity of positive mental nutrition? And if you're not, let's make some adjustments. But we need to know, we need to document those things. So what do you listen to first thing in the morning, or what do you read first thing in the morning? What do your eyes see? What do your ears hear? What do you absorb mentally first thing in the morning? Same thing for the evening. Right before you go to bed, what do you tend to be thinking about or reading or consuming or watching? Could you be watching something better? Could you not be watching anything at all? Could you be reading? Could you be meditating? Could you be pondering certain things? Those are all things to be considering if you want to optimize yourself. So we've got books, today it is so easy to fill ourselves with good and bad, honestly. To fill ourselves with either the stuff that moves us toward our highest calling and stuff that moves us away. So we've got books, we've got audiobooks, we've got blogs, book summaries, we've got podcasts, sermons, everything. And there's really no limit to what we can do. So I want you to ask this question really. In light of my goals, so that's you saying this, in light of my goals, what should I read more? What should I listen to more? What should I watch more? And then I'll say it in a little bit different way. In light of my goals, what should I stop reading, stop watching, stop listening, or what should I listen to, read, or watch less? Think about it. Do you do the Netflix binges? Could you swap out some of that with some positive mental nutrition? I'm not saying everything you watch on Netflix is negative mental nutrition, but I want you to think about it. In light of your goals, are you watching too much Netflix. Maybe you could say it another way. Maybe that's exactly what your life needs, is you need some more TV. You need some more Netflix in your life. And that's what would help take your life to the next level. Maybe that's what your marriage needs. Maybe your marriage needs some more binge TV that y'all can watch together. Maybe it's YouTube. Are you overindulging in the news? Maybe you're not watching enough news. Maybe you need some more material to pray about. I don't know, but I want you to be intentional. That's the message here. There's so much out there, social media, other randomness that could come into our life that will pollute us and bring us down a level or two, and we don't play our A game. And I want you to play your A game. So positive mental nutrition, to recap, refers to deliberate, productive inputs. What you read, watch it, listen to on a consistent basis, mainly that. Also could include your conversations. If you're constantly conversing with somebody, talking with somebody, hanging out with somebody who's really negative, that's going to impact you. Everything impacts you. Everything counts. Everything impacts your character and personality, and as a result, directly or indirectly, influences every decision you make. This is key because I'm here, I'm sharing this with you because it's important to me that you reach your full potential, because your success blesses others.